Yo, it's your boy Yoshi Kid Neo, and we are back with some D&D action in the world of Boridil, the adventures of Boridil. Today, I have literally zero idea what the party's going to do because of the fact that what I'm about to throw at them is probably going to make them go, nah, we'll pass. And if that's the case, it's all improv, but we'll see how it goes. Should be fun. I'm expecting them to go on a sea adventure let me zoom in here, from the City of Guilds to one of these locations, either this port, or two ports that aren't actually on this map that they could possibly go to if they ask the right questions to the right NPCs and stuff. But we'll see what happens. It should be a good time. So hopefully you guys enjoy.
We're gonna be in the clear. Why would you ever think that we're gonna be in the clear?
I mean,
that's
we'll
very
be
true.
at least a little bit more in the clear compared
No.
to
It's just
going
gonna get
out
worse.
on the open water.
It's just gonna get worse and worse. I promise.
Because it's
never gonna
Brady.
get better. It's never gonna even get close to better.
That hurts my feelings.
Oh
No,
hey,
not in.
It truly does not. Does not hurt your feelings.
All right, you right. You right. I'm just joking.
But the brothel
Come on,
guy will
man.
be fun though. Like just to be like, yeah, I have an image. It'll be on some The Boys shit where like he just keeps his image up for the public.
Hey, good guy Homelander.
But he's obsessed with sex.
Good guy Homelander.
Demon time.
And that's
Yo,
exactly-
get that
Homelander's
fucking
my hero.
song out of here, dude.
that's exactly-
Demon time song?
Yeah, get that shit out of here. That shit's stupid as hell.
What
Demon
is?
time? Demon time?
Demon time?
Dude, that
Demon
song is
time?
hilarious.
Like, he's just saying the same shit over and over. Like, come on, man.
That's every
Come
song
on.
nowadays.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's every song ever. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Whatever. Anyway, let's do some recap real fast. Like, last time we left our heroes, or zeros, or
Okay.
gaggle.
No, we don't need your bullshit, and
You don't
we
need
know what we're like.
Don't patronize me.
We already know. All right.
The last time we left our misfits, you guys had just gotten done with a heist that you were given by a good friend of yours, Joker, in order to go to the Willow Ward estate and essentially break into a secret viewing of some ancient paintings that had been acquired by the Willow Ward family. Unfortunately, when you guys got down there, for whatever reason, your arch nemesis, Baba La Saga, was waiting for you the whole time this was happening, and ended up summoning from one of those ancient paintings a young version of Strahd, your second arch nemesis. And when I say yours, I'm really talking Snoopy, because the rest of you don't know who these people are. Angelica has met Baba La Saga, and I don't think, none of the rest of you had ever met her besides Mong. I think Mong. Did Mong meet her?
Yeah, definitely.
No, I don't think
no.
he did actually.
No,
that
because
was,
Vicavor was our
that
last
after
encounter.
Vicavor got killed. Yeah, never mind. So yeah, literally Snoopy's the only one that she's really terrorizing at this point. The rest of you are kind of just there for the ride. And what a wild ride it was. Being somewhat trapped inside of this art gallery, unable to leave because of hag magic and stuff. But you guys made it out on top in the end, even after pummeling the shit out of Snoopy. And trying to snap
You
them.
gotta bring that up every time.
I do. It's hilarious. I literally had to mute myself on that session because of me laughing every
Clear
time.
your throat.
I'm gonna go this way. I was like, that's away from Strahd, and I'm gonna punch Snoopy. Interesting. So
Clear
it
your
was
I
throat.
think
very
I was
unfortunate.
sending you all sorts of messages too, Brady.
Yeah, you were. Joe was not a happy camper, that's for sure. Nonetheless, the party made it out alive. Just barely, maybe. Who really knows what was going to happen if they weren't able to get rid of the giant T-Rex form that Strahd had taken hold of when he did. But you guys got out of there. You ended up taking the painting that Snoopy wanted, the one that essentially depicted every party composition that he's had up until that very moment. And you guys left. As you were leaving, you ended up seeing a underdressed, freshly woken up Madame Willoward running from the top of the stairs, shouting obscenities and things like that as to why a party was started when she wasn't ready and things like that. And everyone was kind of confused because they had literally just seen her moments before. You guys left. You ended up getting a carriage to head back to your guild hall where you were going to be staying and trying to rest off the battle that you just partook in. And inside of this carriage was your good friend Joker. No, I didn't do it.
Damn it.
Anyway, Joker ended up reminding you guys that the goal was to steal the paintings and destroy everything else. And you guys had only made it out with one painting, which Snoopy wanted to keep because it was the only reminder he had at this moment of all the friends that he's made over the course of 2 weeks that he's already lost as well. And Joker gave you guys a little bit of compensation and then said that he would contact you if he wanted to in the future, and then left. And it was at this moment that the party hopped into the carriage, headed over to the guild hall, and that's where we pan over to King Rakim and Trindoz. You guys were talking with each other. Trindoz had essentially appeared to your aid, even though you probably didn't need it, as some local thugs had hopped out in some dark alleyways to essentially mug you. But Trindoz was able to intimidate them into leaving you alone. And then you guys had a nice conversation about what Rakim's goals are and how Trin feels that he could help. And it essentially boils down to if Rakim is serious about taking Cyrodiil back from the Titanians and back from the orcs, then if he is to go to the Sleepy Peak, a volcano north of Titania, and light the pillar of the Lightbringer there that represents Kasuth's domain, then Trindoz will be able to essentially regain the power that he's lost along with his companions and use that power to clear out Cyrodiil of all enemies that King Rakim deems unworthy of living in Cyrodiil anymore. So, Rakim's only issue here is that he doesn't have the group that he once had to, do these kind of epic journeys and things like that. So he was heading to his old guild hall to see if maybe someone had taken up residence there, someone that he could earn their trust and potentially have them help for, a fee, of course. And lo and behold, that is when the party ended up meeting up with King Rakim. O'Shea ended up leaving the party and joining Trindoz to go and find some higher calling at the Mass Morass to do, Ilmater's will and things like that. And then you guys ended up going shopping and doing some stuff like that. And the last place we left off was you guys headed to the Mass Morass to talk to Trendos, as well as Aaron and Winter about their what was it called? Invitation, essentially, for you guys to come with them to the Kirakuri Empire and help them do light that pillar of fire. So we will start our session with you guys at the Mass Morass. Let's see, I had a thing for this. I don't remember if you guys had any other questions for Trendos or not. So I'm down to role play that whole thing again if you guys need to. But essentially, you guys are at the Mass Morass, and I think actually you guys were going to start talking to Trendos at this point. I think that's what happened. You guys talked to Aaron and Winter, and then you guys left them to go talk to Trendos.
Exactly.
Okay. So as you guys are walking through all the various pillars and things like that that have different symbols of different gods and goddesses alike, you come to one that looks vaguely familiar to you, and after a second glance, you notice that it is the symbol of Kasuth. Small sort of shrine with a large brazier in the middle of it that is currently a roaring flame. And to the side of it, you see Trendos with the with his cigarette in his mouth, just taking a nice long draw, breathing it out into the flames, and you watch as the smoke essentially manifests into these little figures, and you watch as the fire manifests itself into these figures, and they start to dance with each other before the smoke dissipates and the fire goes back to its normal chaotic stance. And as you approach the outskirts of the little shrine, Trendos doesn't seem to pay you any mind at all. He seems to be very fixated on the fire.
Hey,
Yeah, I feel the same way.
That man smoking a pack.
uh, uh,
Hmm? Ah! Why, if it isn't the ragtag group that King Rakim rounded up. Angelica, was it?
yeah, Trendos.
Correct. And he approaches you and he extends a strong hand.
All right, I reach out and give the handshake.
And essentially, you can play back the part in Full Metal Alchemist where Major Armstrong meets
Oh no.
meets teacher's husband. Clothes just rip off, and it's just I'm just joking. No clothes
just
rip off,
nah,
but
just flex, just
yeah,
straight like
exactly,
bicep muscle
flexing.
flexing.
And you, little fella, Snoopy, right?
And yeah, my tail starts wagging, kind of somberly though. Still not in the best mood. Yeah, that's
And
me.
he pets you on your head and then scratches your ear. It's gonna be okay, little buddy. I understand things are a little tough for you right now, but things always get better.
Yeah, it seems like I just keep getting new friends. Look back at my party with like Droopy Dog.
Yeah.
But those like bags under his eyes, like hopefully these new friends stick around.
Nice. So as soon as Snoopy says that, you just hear Angelica in the background.
Well, I
And
hope they stick around for a long, long time too. And you, I don't believe we've met before. And he holds out his hand to you, palm up, expecting a sort of ladylike gesture.
Oh, so I'm assuming he's talking to me.
Hmm.
I'll just like fist bump his palm. Hi, my name's
And he
Maeve.
he looks at his hand and goes, very well. Nice to meet you, Maeve. Trendos is what my compatriots call me.
Nice to meet you, Trendos.
Yes,
Wait, is that not your name?
likewise. It is.
Oh.
Well, in this life.
Oh.
So, what brings you all to the shrine of Kasuth? I'm assuming it's not to pray.
Uh, so we've decided to do that thing you needed us to do.
That thing you needed us to do.
Pillar.
Yeah, we want to help light one of the pillars. Or the pillars, I
Ah,
guess.
the one at the Sleepy Peak.
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
Excellent. Well, that makes me quite happy indeed. It's been quite a while since I've had the full capabilities of a devotee of Kasuth. And with this power, and he looks Rakim in the eye, I guarantee that your enemies will be banished from your home.
Ooh, that sounds quite saucy. I'm interested. Just want to get it over with.
Not so
Hey,
fast.
so Trendos, are you a hag?
He takes his cigarette out, and every time he starts to chuckle, you can see little puffs of smoke come out, and he's like, "Little one," and he takes a big draw of his cigarette, and he breathes it out in front of you, and it manifests into the exact form, the exact look of Inniscraft, except for it's just smoky features and various shades of gray. Do I look anything like that wretched thing?
Um, yeah,
The
see,
the answer's no, actually.
let's see, here's the thing though. She doesn't always look like herself. And I feel like every time we ever do anything for anybody, it ends up being a hag. And then we almost die. So if like you're not a hag, that's good.
I'm not a hag. Nor do I like the creatures. I usually tend to pay them no mind, and they do the same to me. Hags don't typically follow that of the deities. They try to become deities themselves in some manner of speaking.
Well,
So
it's
no.
definitely gotten to a point now that seems we can't even trust old women. Seems like old women could possibly be hags as well.
I've noticed that hags typically don't like to look young and beautiful. Something in their nature makes them try to seem like grotesque, innocent things to throw your guard down.
Yeah, next old woman I see, I'm just gonna deck her in the face.
He holds out a hand, is like, I wouldn't do that. Could
She's
be
a
in
girl,
bad
it's
form.
okay.
Mm,
Yeah, it's just a test of judgment. Like, hey, you witch bitch. Hey, catch one of these, and then just deck her. And then
and
if she
what
throws
happens
message,
when your exuberant strength kills the poor creature?
well, I guess that's the ultimate test, right?
Mm. He takes a
Snoopy looks
draw
up
of
at
his
Angie
cigarette.
like, now he's talking my language.
Death is not the answer to a lot of questions that you may have. I don't think that that's the best use of your strength. But do as you may. You're no devotee of Kasuth, so I don't really have much say on how you live your life.
Hey, Mr. Doze, since you're not a hag, maybe so you seem kind of smart with this type of stuff, maybe. So Baba the Saga cursed me, and she said if I die, I'm gonna be like, I don't know, under her forever. Is there a way that you could help me with that?
Hmm. He strokes his chin, and after a second, you see the stubble on his chin kind of have the little burnt end looking, like when you burn some of your hair, like when you're putting wood on the fire or something like that, from stroking his chin, because his fingertips are still relatively hot. You know, hag magic is very ancient. It's very bizarre. It's not like normal magic, and he ends up casting a spell, aka pyrokinetics, and like shoots flames out of his fingers real quick. It's not like this type of magic. It's perverted. It's evil at its very core. And the best way to combat such magics is with something extraordinarily good. I, unfortunately, do not have that type of magic, nor does Kasuth, being that he dwells in the neutral realms. But perhaps maybe one of the other Lightbringers could, should you unlock their full potential back onto the material plane. Perhaps maybe Helm or Lathander?
Are you telling me I had to get like a god to help me?
Not necessarily, but I don't really see too many high priests waltzing around, curing the
Hmm.
sick and the needy currently.
Okay. Well, thought I'd ask, but I appreciate
The
maybe I'll
only
ask some of
other thing I
these
can
guys.
think of is to find magic far more evil than that has taken you.
Uh, that's a great idea.
Yeah, I'm just giving you options.
What is even eviler than a hag?
And as
Well,
he's taking the
especially that
draw of,
hag.
yeah, as he takes a draw of his cigarette and he starts to speak, and you can sort of, uh, it's just like little clouds that come out of his mouth. The mother of hags is far more evil than any hag you've encountered. I can tell you that much. And if it's anything that I know, it's her power would definitely trump that of Baba Lasaga's.
This seems like a bad idea. You're definitely neutral, aren't you? You-
Everything has good and evil, and it's up to the neutral party to keep things within balance. So, yes, even the tenets of Kasuth, if the evil side of Kasuth, or rather the chaotic side of Kasuth, were to get out of hand, law would crumble and everything would burn. I
Ooh.
am a mediator of the two.
So are you a works what works in your best interest kind of guy?
Not in my best interest, but that of my god, yes.
Ah,
You see,
nerd.
Kasuth has given me everything I've ever needed, ever since I opened my life up to him. He has shown me the light in the darkest portions of my life, back when I was a young boy. I have only my thanks to give him for that, and so I humbly serve him for eternity, until he is done with me. I've never once
Sheesh.
complained of what he's asked for me, for even though I, in my mortal mind, do not understand his reasonings or his methods, I know that everything that he does is for the proper reasons. My compatriots, on the other hand, see things a little differently.
Yeesh. Well, at least you're not a straight
Scumbag?
up like Yeah, like Miss Ennis Craft.
Hmm. I love Innis Craft's little cookies that she makes. That's the only thing about hags that I do like. Granted, the effects that she puts on these little ginger snaps don't affect me because of my divine good looks. Also
Err,
kidding. Kidding about the
err,
good looks.
yeah, yeah, you're kidding, all right? As she's like as Angelica's looking him down and up in a very odd, a very like perverted fashion.
Hmm. Don't get ahead of yourself, dear.
Uh,
We haven't even begun to have fun yet.
oh, I wasn't doing anything. I was just observing.
So, if you're all planning to head to the Sleepy Peak, when do you imagine you'll be leaving the City of Guilds? Have you even found a way to get across the sea?
Oh, well, actually, no.
Well,
I I could
I
just jump in my room and
I
fly.
have some ins and outs. I know
Do you?
the yeah. I've been known to be on a boat once or twice.
Hmm. Well, that's good. Because from what I've heard, it's not real easy to get to that continent as of now. There's a trade embargo currently against Titania, trying to slow down their reign of terror, I guess. Although it's really done little to stop them. Not only do they have the Ciavitas Empire, but now they control the Cyrodiil Empire. The only place in that continent that you could deem safe would be that of the Twisted Wood or even the Guista Empire, but I don't think being looked down upon by dozens, if not hundreds, of frost giants would be safe. What are your methods of getting into Titanian territory? And he looks at King Rakim specifically. You do know that they're looking for you.
Yeah, we're gonna try our best to avoid them for the most part.
That's a little hard considering how big you are.
It's a little hard because of who I am, not my size.
Well, you can conceal a normal prince or king pretty easily, but when they're a 9 foot tall elephant, a little harder.
Especially with the fact that all Luxodons on that continent are currently
Exactly.
slaves. They see you once in a while,
Oh,
it's all willy nilly. I
we
don't
can
think
get you
they're
some
gonna let that go.
chains. You can go on a leash. That's a good idea. You can look like our slave.
Yeah, but the only problem with that is, aren't Titanians primarily human?
And
Bingo.
don't you have beef with them as well?
Uh, and I look at Snoopy.
I
Yeah,
believe
we
Angelica
may.
was there when uh, that one Titanian noble attacked you guys.
Yep. Yeah, and I look at Snoopy, but like, yeah, we have beef with them.
Meh,
Hmm.
not really. I mean, all we did was leave.
and and you shat on in front of one of them.
Oh yeah,
So
I
yeah,
had to go.
but I mean, I guess that adds to it. I mean, if we run into her again, I mean, I got a sort of scout to settle, a score to settle. She tried to kill me.
So that's
Well,
one more
luckily
thing we
you're
need to
dead
worry about.
already.
Yeah,
Also kidding.
but I
I'm
will.
sure it's not easy to get used to. It's been a while since I've had to be rebirthed.
Hey, I figured I wanted to. eventually like try out a new persona of like acting like a zombie. Like if I kill someone, like scare someone, I'll just to pieces.
He takes a draw of his cigarette. And he blows it out of his nose. So, you said you have contacts with ships that will take you to Titania? Because as far as
Well,
I know,
I don't know about that, but I've I've got some connections when it comes to sailing in not necessarily legal waters. So
hmm,
I'm hoping that I might be able to rally some of my connections and help us out.
you guys turn around after hearing that, and you see in the shadows of one of the pillars, walking out of the darkness, your good friend Joker. Oh, we need an escort, do we?
That would be nice.
Who was that?
Well, if it isn't my favorite lover.
Yes, and you mine. Trindos, I've heard great things about you and your exploits in the Zeradel Empire. My name is Joker. And Trindos just takes a draw of his cigarette and then blows it out. Pleasure to meet you, Joker. But I'm having a conversation with these folks, and if you wouldn't mind not interrupting us, we are trying to figure out some good for these fellows. How about you crawl back into whatever dark corner you came from, and when they're gone, you may speak with them. Oh, a tad bit touchy, are we? That's just fine, though. When you're all done with Trendos here, I'll be waiting. And just as easily as he came through, he melts back into the shadows.
I'm gonna be honest, I thought we were never gonna see him again.
Hmm.
Uh,
I take it you have worked with that fellow before?
Yeah.
oh yeah, definitely.
Does he always pop up like that?
Oh, totally.
Always, honestly, it's usually when you want him to be there too. It's he's rarely there in inopportune moments. It's like he's always watching and waiting for.
And
Ugh.
he's always very ominous. He would do one of those things where, until then, and then he would like just melt into a wall. It's freaking weird, but I love it.
I mean, he's been all right to us.
Well, seems like he might have a solution to your issue as well. Because honestly, I don't know much about the shipping arrangements that you could possibly make to get to Titania, outside of a privateer and spending an exorbitant amount of gold getting there. And then he looks at Maeve and looks at Prince Rakim. Unless your noble background has that covered.
And why would
Or
you say I'm a noble?
perhaps.
My name is too hot right now. I can't use it like that. Actually, I may have somebody that could help us.
Hey, Maeve, your whole image just screams noble goth.
Does it?
No. It was when she got stopped by the guards within the Gandahar proper. I had seen from afar that she had a sort of signet, and those signets are usually only carried by nobility. So I
Oh.
couldn't help but I can't overlook these things.
You're totally a
Really?
Okay.
rebel.
I normally just don't broadcast that I'm a noble.
What house are you from?
She is a rebel.
I'm from the Vossen house.
Would I know who that is, Brady?
Roll a roll history.
Sounds like a really good hot dog.
A
Rawson.
glizzy.
We make
The
the
Boston
best
House.
hot
I'm
dog.
I'm part of the Glizzy family.
No, that's nasty.
That sounds worse.
Uh, let's see. Yeah. Um, Kirsten, go ahead and tell them a little bit about the Vosen family.
uh, let's see. What I know so far about my house is we are a relatively well-ish known noble family who recently had kind of not necessarily like a downfall, but there was uh, problems that arose when my father disappeared quite a few years ago. Um, and our house, because it's kind of well known, there are a lot of other noble families that were potentially looking at eliminating us because my father had disappeared. And so um, no one knows how, but every attempt to assassinate or kind of hurt the family has been thwarted. And so the house has been able to thrive. Well, not necessarily thrive, but they've been able to survive. And they're not necessarily like the wealthiest of noble families, but they're still relatively high up there. And it was a few years ago when the eldest daughter, Maeve, me, left the house, left the family, and it doesn't seem that she's been back since then. Um, but the other children, Brady, do you remember how many siblings it was? It was like two brothers and a sister or something like that.
I
I don't
think
remember.
so.
Anyway, but the other siblings all, all still live at the house with the mother, and they do what they can for the people that live on their land and farm their land and everything. And no one knows where the daughter, like where Maeve went and what she's been doing the whole time since she's been gone. But the family has been pretty successful in surviving and doing well without her father there. So that's like a basic backstory of like recent history for the Vosen family.
Oh,
I knew she
so
was
Ra-
a, a rebel.
uh, so mm, Rakim says, so you're the missing daughter then.
Yes, I am.
This is not good.
What's
This
not
is
Why
good?
do you say that?
um, if a demon lord gets a hold of you, it's not going to end well. And
Well,
Well,
yeah.
the plan is to avoid demons, so yeah, hopefully.
yeah, but I'm a champion. So rolling with me just increased that chance of you being caught by one.
Wait, hold up. The demons are looking for noble blood in particular?
Yes. The last party I was with. Hold on. The last party I was with. The last party I was with had uh two noble members. Me being one of them. Uh, we both end up being captured by our respective demon lords and became champions. What came of the other one? What came of the other one? I'm not very sure. I haven't seen her.
Interesting. Well, I don't know. I mean, technically, I have noble blood, I guess, but it's not necessarily the purest noble blood since I started exploring and working around with some people. So,
Trendos takes a long draw, squinting his eyes as he watches you when you say that.
hard to say, really. But it's just best to assume that for the time being, the demon lords just kind of want everyone. And it's just best to avoid them.
Do you happen to remember? Because I actually don't think you ever sent me like any like drawn out backstory on Maeve. Did you ever pick a place of where her noble family lives?
No,
Like
actually, I
just
didn't.
empire
I didn't
wise?
get to that part yet. Because I wanted to do more of like a in-depth backstory on her noble family, because she's technically half elf. And so I was thinking that part of her family could be from the north, where the Twisted Wood, or either the northern part where with like the Kirkiri Empire, right? Is that where some of the elves are?
Most
Or
elves are either
possibly
from
the
the
Twisted Woods.
Yodian or the Sea of Vetus. Sea of Vetus is by the Twisted Wood. The Yodian are south of the City of Guilds.
Yeah. So I figured possibly somewhere in those areas, because like her mom is the human and her dad is the elf. Um, and so I just figured one of those areas, but I didn't get around to like actually determining the exact spot.
Noted.
But you can choose if you want.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't mind either one. So
Yodian. It has been chosen.
that just makes it sound fun because of like, I don't know, Norse mythology or something.
We can dig it. Well, two pieces of nobility in one group. One of them has been marked by a demon lord already, and the other marked by something different.
I wouldn't say marked necessarily, maybe chosen.
I guess that makes sense. Or did you choose them?
Hmm, probably a bit of both.
I'm assuming Cadfan is essentially always perched on your shoulder, correct? Even though I don't put
Yes.
his token out.
Yes, always on my shoulder unless noted otherwise.
Yeah, and you notice that he is eyeing Cadfan, examining him rather closely. When his cigarette gets down to the butt, he flicks it into the brazier, and he pulls out another one from his vest, puts it in his mouth, and casts a spell to light it with his fingers, and starts to give a couple puffs to get it started. Very interesting group you all have. Very interesting indeed. I do
What are you talking about?
apologize.
Talking dog says, wagging his tail.
And he looks down at Snoopy. I don't know if this is common knowledge to you. It honestly should be, but you're the first talking dog that I've ever met that wasn't some sort of like were canine. You're an actual pup that can actually speak, and what I assume those weapons aren't just for show.
No.
Yes, exactly. So yes, I would say interesting indeed. You have a king that has lost his kingdom. You have what I'm assuming, a princess who has abandoned her family for whatever reason.
Not a
You have I don't know what else you would call a noble, uh, I guess just noble woman.
a lady.
Yeah. You have a noble lady who has abandoned her home for some unknown reason. You have a talking dog that seems to like to kill people. And then you have an undead, half demon sort of creature. Or is it half devil? I forget. I'm pretty sure it's half demon, right? Kevin?
Yeah,
Uh,
Kevin, we're
No,
talking about Angie. You should.
what happened?
is her race, is it more devil or demon orientated? Do you remember?
Uh, definitely devil fiendish.
Okay. Yeah, devil then. And then you have a devil-like creature, although undead. So yes, I would say quite interesting indeed. And interesting is good. It's just interesting is going to make it a lot harder for you to get to the Sleepy Peak without magical means. Do you have magical means of getting there?
Yeah, aside from manually flying there, but since we have this heavy fella here, and I point to Raheem, uh, I don't think that's a possibility now. So, best option would be sailing, but we'd have to come up with an elaborate plan to get past whatever guards, or last resort will be killing them, which is what I would like to avoid, but I will do it if necessary.
How much do you know about the pillar that we're supposed to go light?
Hmm. I'll be honest, I was never on pillar duty. That was always left up to Siran and Saint Anger. But I do know that if you can find the dwarven fortress that is nestled into the mount or into the volcano itself, you're close. Although I do not know how close. Could be miles, could be feet. But I believe the pillar is located in the volcano itself. Knowing that much, you'll definitely want some sort of protection from the heat.
Is that something you and your god can provide us, or where would you suggest we get this protection?
Hmm. There's a couple different methods. Your friend, Rakim, I believe could make some sort of alchemical concoction. You could also get something that may be more potent by another alchemist. Or perhaps maybe you're able to find some sort of blessing from a water goddess or something like that too. I don't really, I don't know. I've never had to deal with exorbitant amounts of heat, and he casts pyrokinetics again and kind of has the fire directly onto his skin, like he almost like he's taking a welding torch and putting it right on his forearm, and you just watch it do nothing. It's essentially just like it's engulfing his arm in flame, but when he takes away his fingers, it does is kind of like a small trail of smoke comes up. Being immune to
Uh,
fire is quite, quite the gift that
and
Kasuth
it
has
would be a
given
bit of
me.
being a bit of a surprise considering my nature. You'd think that I'll be totally immune to fire myself, but yeah, I could take high heat, but I can still get hurt by it.
Hmm. More than likely, alchemical is going to be your best bet. I don't know of many dealers in town that just have magic items at the ready. The only one that I do know of essentially picks you when it's time to shop. Very annoying.
Hmm. What's his name?
Merlin, I believe.
Interesting.
He is a very interesting fellow, that's for sure.
I turn to the team, so it looks like we'll need to either have Rakim make us a potion or go check out the potion shop before we leave.
Yeah.
Just wing it.
I mean, we definitely have folks with plenty of deep pockets, and I look at Snoopy.
My pockets are little.
Yeah, sure. All right. I guess we got to make that move then. Gotta get some potions.
Okay. Is there anything else you can tell us about the pillar at all? I mean, did your friends, you said Saint Anger and I can't remember the other one, but did they ever tell you anything else about it? Like, is it guarded by anything? Do we have to worry about booby traps?
Funny you should ask. Typically, the pillars, because of the fact that they are a pure manifestation of light, it would take something quite dark, something quite powerful to essentially
Like
seal it,
a demon lord.
or something that a demon lord has created to take out the pillars. Or it could be something far worse. Perhaps another entity is trying to overthrow the Lightbringers, and they have in place their own guardian. Whatever it was powerful enough to take on my compatriots. Although I do not know if it took both of them on at the same time or if it was a one-on-one combat, I do not know. But it's powerful. Has to be.
Interesting.
So yes, I would say something dark is definitely guarding the pillar.
Yeah, that's always great to hear. Why am I not surprised that something is magically protecting something?
It seems to be the way of things, does it not?
Indeed. Yeah. As Angelica stretches. All right. Is there anything else that we should know?
Well, the only things I can think of, and I'm sure you've come to the same conclusions, is that your journey is by far going to be, if not the most difficult, it's going to be damn near close, since you've got such high priority targets within your midst, as he looks at Rakim. Once you are able to get to the Sleepy Peak, the next bit of the journey is to find the damned pillar. And I have not been to this fortress in decades, so I don't even know if the ruling dwarven family is still residing there, or if it's abandoned. So unfortunately, you're kinda going in blind at that point. But
Noted.
I do plan to meet you there, and I do plan to help you find the pillar, and I do plan to help you rekindle it.
That's good to know.
Uh,
Yeah.
Yes, I will not be joining you for the journey, though, as wood and fire don't get along, nor does water and fire. I've never been a sailor, never stepped foot on a ship, and I do not plan to. I just feel that perhaps one wrong move, and I put too many lives in danger. But
So how are
luckily,
you going to go there?
Kasuth, his divine will be able to bring me where I'm needed. And it is unfortunate that his power is not great enough to bring you with me, otherwise we could take that whole leg of the trip out.
Dang, that was my next question.
He takes a draw on his cigarette and blows it out. I would assume it'd probably take you maybe a day or two to find some sort of procurement to get you to the continent. From there, it'll probably take 3 to 4 days without incident, of course, to get across the sea. And from there, it'll probably take 3 to 4 more days without incident to get through Titanian territory to the Sleepy Peak.
All right, so it definitely takes some preparation then. Some for sure preparation instead of just cutting and running.
Precisely, you definitely want to plan this one out. And
Noted.
he turns around and
Nah.
walks to the other side of the brazier, or the brazier, my bad. And
Excuse me?
yeah, of the brazier, and you see through the flames. You can see there's like this small little sort of jewelry box that's sort of on like a little pedestal thing, and he opens it up, and you can hear him essentially handling coins, and it looks like he's scooping them into a bag. And he ties the bag up, closes the little coffer, and he comes over here, and he tosses the bag towards King Rakim. I know you're good for it, and I'm assuming perhaps maybe a generous donation for our help to the shrine when this is all said and done.
All right, money is definitely a priority for me. Really
Add 500 gold to your character sheet, Rakim. You may also split it any
Okay.
way that you wish with the party, if you wish.
I grab the money and just like, I guess, tie it on my waist. All right, so what's the plan now?
Well, the plan is we should go to the shops with the potion masters, see if there's anything that can protect us from heat that they offer. Unless you have the materials to make a potion like that for us,
Eh,
or do you need to get those materials?
nope. Uh, hmm.
You guys notice Snoopy casting a spell.
Hmm.
What
Hmm.
you doing, Snoop?
Don't I have that? I could have sworn I did. I can't find it no more now.
You do. I'm pretty sure it's your level 4.
What's the best way to convey this message to
Oh
just
yeah, yeah,
Angie
yeah.
and you,
There it
Brady?
I
is.
mean, I mean, you could send it to me in Discord if it's like not meant to be heard.
You should be able to. Let me see. I know I have a Whisper Players macro, but I don't know what the Whisper command
Do you
is.
speak Elvish?
No, I can't.
I think you do /W and then you'll type Kevin, and then you'll type, oh, no targets existing.
Alright,
Maybe
whatever.
it's. Let me try.
I'll send it to both of you in Discord.
All right.
But to answer your question, yes, I do have something for that.
Okay. How long do you need to make enough potions for all of us?
I got what I need now.
Well, you have the materials, but how much time do you are they already made? Are you good to go?
And I can make it on the fly.
Okay.
There's no specific time.
Well, how long will the potions last?
1 minute.
What?
Mm-hmm.
We need something that's longer lasting than that.
Hey, you asked if I had something?
Okay, well, you'll also be a good backup. Let's go see if there's anything at the shops that we can buy that will last longer.
Transportation.
We need transportation, and I would like to cast a spell um, to hold on.
Well, if transportation is what we need, I think I have an answer for that.
Okay, what's your transportation suggestion?
Um, I'm gonna try to talk, um, ask around in the city, see if I can find somebody to help us. So I guess before we leave, let's just meet back up at the guild hall.
Okay.
Uh, Rakim leaves.
Okay. Well,
All right.
if you
You
need
notice.
anything else from me, I'll be here prepping, and I'll make sure to meet you all within the next 8 or so days at the base of the fortress. You can't really miss it.
As Snoopy's like casting the spell that he's casting, you're noticing Angelica is like smiling and grinning unnecessarily, but you're not sure why.
So, King Rakim it is. As you're probably 30 feet away from where you were just talking to Trindos, and out of a dark alleyway, you see this character approach you.
Who, me?
My, yes, you. And
I'm alone, right?
I
Mm-hmm.
believe so. I don't
Okay,
think
cool.
anyone followed you. But yeah, as he comes out of the shadows, he gets within 10 feet of you, and he holds out both of his hands to his side, and he bows down very courteously. So, you need to get back home to the Zerodel Empire, do you? But you're wanted. Oh, what a shame. Perhaps maybe you're looking for assistance with that matter? Perhaps there's something that your new friend Joker could help you with. For a favor, of course.
Friend. uh, what do you have in mind? Come, come walk and talk with me. I'm kind of pressed for time.
Okay. As you start walking a little bit more, you notice that you don't hear the sort of jingle of the gold sack that was on your hip.
Mm, okay.
Yes, I could be a friend if if you want me to be, of course. I have worked with your current group a few times here and there. They've been very handy. I couldn't say that you've picked the best of the best within this town for what you're trying to do.
Mm. Yeah, they kind of remind me of my old group, but not as, I guess, professional.
Yes. Well, they have their rough edges, but doesn't every group? Who was it that you used to run with back when you were a former member of the Peacekeepers, might I ask?
Who was I with? Um, Cyrene, I'm sure you know of her, if you know of me.
Yes, Cyrene, that does sound familiar. She was the noble you were speaking of with Trin, wasn't she?
Mm. He nods his head.
Wasn't there a third noble in that group, now that I think about it? I remember seeing on the charter that there were 3 nobles in one group, all
Mm,
of which were tagged by a demon lord.
not to my knowledge, or at least
Uh,
when I was there. Was there somebody that was on there?
Yeah.
actually,
Also, well,
yeah.
no, out of character,
You
I don't
as,
think he
yeah,
knew. I don't think
yeah,
he knew. As a player, I know, but
correct.
I don't think he knew.
Oh
Oh,
god.
he kept it a secret, didn't he? Perhaps maybe for good reason. I shouldn't pry. Maeve, as you, Angelica, and Snoopy are leaving, you feel a nudge on your hip, and you see this tiny um, hand, this translucent hand, trying to place a sack of gold onto your belt.
Creepy.
Oh,
And it,
where'd that come from? And I'm like looking looking around like ominously, obviously being sarcastic.
I mean, since I've only met Joker once, I probably can't like recognize the hand, right? Or does it even look like his
you,
hand?
I would say that you don't know Joker's capabilities at all. But this is a hand. You as a warlock would know that this is a mage hand
Yeah.
that is currently touching your belt, and you as a character know that Joker is nowhere to be seen currently. Actually, yeah, I would say you actually see him walking to the side of Rakim, and they're like 50 feet out away from you guys.
Oh, okay. Uh, can I just assume that it's the money that Rakim took, or do I need to roll for something?
Yeah, you can assume whatever you want.
Okay. I believe I know who this belongs to, and I'm gonna start heading over towards Rakim and Joker.
Okay. Mm, Joker's not walking extraordinarily fast. Uh, what is Rakim's pace? Because
I'm
he
just
would
walking.
essentially just. Okay.
I'm just walking.
So he
I
has
guess in
essentially slowed his
conversation
pace to
distance to where
see.
we're not yelling at each other or anything like that.
Yeah. Yes. You all were quite extraordinary from what I read in your files before the peacekeepers were dismantled. Quite the repertoire of skills. I wish I could meet them all and perhaps maybe work with them. That that could be quite a gain for me.
Mm. They were all good people. I haven't seen them since then, though. Since we
Hmm.
parted ways.
Oh, what a tragedy. But I do not come to speak of your past, but more of your future. I couldn't help but overhear in passing that you all need to get back to your home. And unfortunately, your face is probably the most well known Luxodon face on the material plane as of now. And perhaps maybe you need a little bit of help getting to the Sleepy Peak. And perhaps maybe, if you do me a favor, I could guarantee you make it to the Sleepy Peak unharmed by any Titanian force. Or, I guess, Orc. Perhaps maybe they're looking for you too.
Uh, I stop, turn around, and look at him. At what cost?
Oh, nothing. just a small favor. You see, I have a proprietor that's close to your home, and I need something delivered, but I've not the energy to make that trek all the way just to hand him a piece of stone. But if you're headed that direction, you could drop it off for me. Very
Piece of
easy. And
stone.
then, well, yes, for lack of a better term.
Okay, what is this stone?
Not for you to be worried about. All you need to know is that it will need to be covered the entire time as to not have folks allude to its worth, and then you will place it into my proprietor's hands at your docking location when you arrive. I'll make sure you're fairly compensated, as I'm sure your coffers are quite low, losing your kingdom and all.
So I take this stone, you say, to said location in Zerodel? So you want me to go to Zerodel?
Not Cyrodiil exactly, but very close to it. I'm sorry, I can't speak of the details unless you agree, trade secrets and all.
And you're okay. So I take this there, and you have a way to get us there, or I have to come up with that.
Oh, I have a way to get you there. I know someone that owes me a favor, and I'm sure they'll have no issue to take you on their next journey to the Titanians continent. It is, after all, under a majority of their control.
Okay. I guess I kind of have no choice.
Yes. I can guarantee you two things. I can guarantee you safe passage through the ocean channels from pirates and things of that sort, and I can guarantee you safe passage from the port in which you'll dock to the Sleepy Peak. That is, of course, if my proprietor is of service. Which, after you hand him the item that you are going to be in possession of, he definitely will be.
Okay. So who's the proprietor of yours? Who's the contact? How will I know that this is the person I need to give it to?
That that will come apparent very soon. I'll make sure to send him a message, and he'll be looking for you. He'll flash you this, and he holds out his hand, and you see a coin, uh, and he hands it to you. The coin you see is very much like the sort of court gesture symbol where it's like the mask, one hat mask is happy, the other half is sad, and it looks exactly like Joker's mask in that way. Except for Joker's mask, as you can see, is just a big smile on it. But his right eye, or no, his left eye has that red mark that essentially it's almost like a scar, except for obviously it's just painted on the mask. And the coin has the exact same symbol, except for the right side of the coin is a frowny face with no mark on the eye. I'll have him show you this coin, and that's how you'll know who to give it to.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready, head to the docks, and your captain will wait for you there. He will know exactly who you are and who he's looking for, and your package will be in your room that you'll be staying in upon his vessel. Oh, and if I were you, he looks around and he notices the party is starting to walk up and get closer. I wouldn't tell them of our little deal.
Rakim just laughs. All right.
They're a greedy sort, a little bit, just a teensy bit. I would hate for them to get jealous.
Okay. I'll keep it in mind. Thank you.
No, thank you, King. And he bows again, and he sort of breaks from your pace, and you start to walk a lot faster than he does, and he sort of stands there in the middle of the road, and then he turns around to look at the party. You all have a wonderful trip now. Safe voyage.
Thank you. Question mark.
Yeah, yeah. We'll have some. We'll try to have some fun.
Oh, I'm sure you will. And as he says that, he walks into the alleyway. I'm sure you will. And then he disappears.
So spooky. I love it. All right. So,
I hand the
uh,
money back to Rakim. I think this is yours.
Oh, y'all caught up to me? Oh. Well, I'll just take it and look at it. I'll just tell her thank you. Um, I don't know how that happened. I wasn't paying attention. But in all honesty, you can have it.
Well, if you don't, you still need to find us a
oh,
boat,
we can
right?
have it. I take
Hold
the
on,
money from her.
Angie. Hold on. Don't you still have to find us a boat? Don't you need money for that?
Oh, he's a
Um,
king. I'm sure he could figure it out.
I look at Angie kind of sideways and just shrug my shoulders. Yeah. Uh, money's the least of my worries at this moment, so
Okay.
you can have it.
Well, Angie, don't go spending it yet. We need to see how much those potions are going to cost if they have any at the shop.
Oh, of course.
There is a chance, depending on how much the potions cost, it could end up eating the whole budget.
Oh, I was just thinking proper compensation for like all the money we've lost in the past. God
Well,
damn it, Quinn.
we might get that eventually, but we have to make sure that we can survive the heat of the volcano first for more than a minute.
Seriously.
Oh, yeah, that's a note.
Hey,
Hey,
Angie,
Uh,
does this guy kind of sound like that guy that sold her dragon egg to a hag?
oh,
Kind
definitely.
of got a similar voice.
Scumbag.
Brady, out of character, do you want me to RP who I'm talking to? Because it's technically two people I wanted to talk to. But it's
um,
not that big a deal. We can do it in our. It's up to you if you want to do it in a private session.
no, I'm I'm
I
cool.
would technically
Everybody's.
rather do it in a private session.
Oh, would you? Okay. See, if that's the case, then yeah, we can do it later.
Okay, because
Um,
I want to speak to Saris and my master Drumdoll.
okay.
So
I
that's
figured.
it.
I figured Drumdoll. Did not expect Saris, but
Yeah, I would rather you be prepared for it. So that's who I want to talk to.
I'm always prepared when it comes to Saris. He was my quest giver. Poor bloke. What's he up to now? Just joking. I know
So while
exactly
the
what he's up
party
to.
is doing that, what they're doing at the item shop, I'm gonna go do what I just said.
Okay.
Okay. So he tells you guys that he'll meet up with you later Do you tell them a location to meet?
Well, we initially agreed to meet at the
Yeah, I said the guild
hall,
hall when I
the
first
guild hall.
left.
That's what it's called.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so as Zuka ends up leaving y'all, let's see, let me put you guys on the shops. I believe this worked really well last time. I'll be honest, I was playing too much VR to be looking at everyone's sheets, so
Hey,
I didn't see like
I
if it
understand
worked on
that
your
problem.
sheets and
Playing
stuff.
too much VR. I got you. I understand that.
Man, shut the hell up.
But yeah, it looks like it worked because Maeve does have that soap. Just some
Yeah, I
random
totally
ass
bought
soap.
soap.
Hey, you gotta be clean.
Gotta be
These are dirty
Man,
clean.
times.
she's over here planning Project Mayhem.
Always
Fight
and
Club
forever. I love mayhem.
So, yeah. And in all honesty, if there's anything that Rakim wants to buy on the shops page, Dromedal Ray is usually in either one of two locations, one of them being the Artisans District, the other being his place where he studies and tests his alchemy and stuff.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll say you end up seeing him, like you go to look for him in his quarters, and his assistant says he went to go and get some ingredients at the market, and you end up bumping into him or whatever.
Before we like get to the shop, I want to look at Maeve and be like, "Why didn't you try to give it back?"
Because it's technically not ours.
Man, for a rebel, you really are a goody two shoes, aren't you?
No, it's just not our money. It's technically it was given to Rakim, and he's
Yeah.
supposed to be our teammate, right?
I mean, yeah, but how he just took that 500 and just strapped it to his belt and just walked off like nothing. Like, come on. Without a
Well,
thought in the world about the rest of the party.
I think it was because it was more of a loan than anything. So, I mean, I think Trendos expects him to pay that back.
Oh, well. Oh my god. Hey, we gotta break you in, Maeve.
No, thank you.
We gotta break you into the life. The
Oh,
life of
believe me, I definitely know how to play dirty and, not follow the rules, but I just don't think that it's a good idea to fuck over our teammate.
I mean,
You didn't even
I'm
go
not
with
a
me.
I'm not a fucker over, but I mean, I'm sure he has as I pointed, I'm sure he knows all about fucking over. I just know about beating ass. But you know, and we could teach you. We could break you in, like show you some stuff. I could show you some stuff like about bullying people and beating ass and stealing their money because they don't
Clapping
deserve
cheeks.
Oh, I don't need to beat people up to steal their money.
it. Yeah, you should. There's like a lot of exuberance about it. Just
Mm.
pure ecstasy, or just seeing the terror in their eyes after they talk trash on you, and then you just hang them upside down and just be like, "Yes, give me all your gold," and then you just take it,
Okay.
along with a punch in the gut, just to add to it. Oh, oh man, the breaking of his ribs. You just see Angie just breathing in and just clutching her arms, like, mm,
Do you
great.
need a moment?
Oh, yeah, I think I need a Snickers. What is a Snickers? Anyways, uh,
Sounds
yeah,
good.
we're so what's the plan? What do we need to do? I know we need to get this potion, so I guess we need to figure out how much that is, right?
I need to talk to Barnsley because it looks like he only has 3 potions, and I need to know if his potion of fire resistance is good enough to prevent volcano damage.
Oh, you guys need a potion of fire resistance? I have one.
You have one? Okay.
No, I have
So
4.
4?
Yeah.
Does it say they last for an
You cut out, Kirsten.
Oh,
Lasts longer than your internet connection does. Oh,
shut up.
shoot.
God
Rude.
damn.
Roasted.
Do they last for an hour, Snoopy?
Is that how long you need it to last?
Well, because what was his name? Barnsley's lasts for an hour, but they're
Mine lasts
expensive.
for 2 hours.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh.
Said you have 4 of them?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Okay. How long do you guys think we're going to be in the volcano for?
Oh man, I want to go into the core of the planet. That's where I want to go. I want to meet my people. I'm just playing, by the way.
Okay.
Shouldn't take us too long as we don't run into too many problems like we usually do.
Okay. Well, in that case, Snoopy, are you okay with us using your fire resistance potions?
You can use 3 of them.
Okay. So
Alright.
if we can use 3, then we'll buy 1 of Barnsley's, and that pretty
Why?
much. Huh?
Why?
Because we need 4.
I know. One's for me, stupid.
Oh.
Yeah. See, I told you, Maeve, we gotta break you into this.
Maeve just kind of like looks up at the sky and is just like, ugh. Did I get
Well,
there?
alright, so what else will we need? Alright, so I don't have any need to eat, but do you have any rations that you can grab?
I already bought rations last time we came shopping, so I don't need anything. But if you guys need stuff, then we can use the gold that Rakim gave.
Okay, and then
I
guess
am
can
gonna
grab
buy the potion of great. Wait, did you want me to just add that gold to my inventory and I can just buy everything for everyone, Brady, or how did you want to split up that 500? Or actually, here, I'll just split it 3 ways and then give the others 2. So I'll take like 165.
Math
Yeah,
is
okay. So we each get like 165 in gold. So I'll split it out with you guys.
It's gonna sound rude as fuck, but I'm so proud of you.
I hate you.
I was waiting for it, dude. I was waiting for it.
I can't. I'm gonna text your mom right now and be like, "Your little girl is starting to get into math."
I'm gonna smack you tomorrow.
Your daughter just did the best D&D math ever in all caps. Triple exclamation points sent.
I swear to no, you did not text my mother that. I'm gonna beat you at dinner
Bro,
tomorrow.
Brady,
Oh my
bro,
God.
one of these days you're gonna get cup checked, dude.
Oh boy.
Sorry,
You're
Aaron. You didn't want
wearing the
kids, right?
You're gonna have a fist and just 2 knuckles going straight in them nuts.
Yeah.
You know why.
Hey. From what I remember, you always wanted a brother.
Take
I'm just
that
kidding.
back.
I don't know if that's true.
Dude, take that back. No.
Boys
Finger and I
are
were brothers.
gross. Oh, your mother texted me back. What did she say?
God damn.
No. Did she use her toes? Bro, she just roasted your ass hard.
Absolute destruction. Oh my god.
Oh man.
The shame.
Sorry, guys. I quit the campaign. It was really nice chatting with you. I'm done. I can't get over this embarrassment. I'm dying.
Along with this nice, pleasant music as we.
I know.
I know, right?
This is like hardcore
There's that
roasting
shit-talking
music.
Yeah.
Jesus. That hurt me so. I'm texting my mom. Hold on.
You do your thing. That's hilarious.
What else would be good to buy? I mean, is there anything? I mean, I don't eat, so I don't think anything else to like really grab. That's out of character. I guess like my normal voice is like Angelica's thinking voice.
Noted.
Are you my conscience?
I'm your conscience. I don't think this is a good idea that you should be talking to people, Angelica. Why is that? I'm not sure. They can't be trusted. Ooh. Yeah, it's not anything I really want to buy. Something here that I need. Aside from
What's
buying.
Pride Silk? What's it? Like, what is that? Why is it
Is that
prideful?
from Mord's Horde?
It's from, yeah.
Most of the stuff in Mord's Horde is literally just like, it doesn't provide 100% mechanical value for a lot of things, but there are some creative ways that I've seen, you know, mundane items be used. I'm not going to say them because you should be able to create your own imaginative uses of these items. But, you know,
Well, I'm just
sometimes
wondering if that
maybe
means like bay silk or if it's like it brings you pride.
I
Just says
honestly couldn't tell
extremely
ya.
flexible. Okay, that's fine. I'm just
The Pride Silk.
feeling a
Hunt the
little spendy. I'm reading it right now.
And, I mean, a lot of the stuff, in theory, you could potentially buy it and then sell it for more later in a different location.
Gotcha.
The City of Guilds is essentially a hub of all of the empires. So a lot of trade and commerce, even though there's, you know, like a demon incursion, there's still trade going on from time to time. It's obviously not as big or as bustling as it used to be, which explains why Mord's Horde has a lot of stuff that's only quantity 1. Actually, I think everything. Oh yeah, I was testing something and I haven't gotten it fixed yet. So everything's just 1 right now. Apologies. One day it'll be fixed. Yeah. And when you guys are done buying and stuff, we can move forward. Gerald, did you want both your conversations to be private?
The one with Drumdoll, yes. But, Sears, nah, it doesn't matter.
Okay. While they finish up, we can go ahead and, as you're heading back from meeting with Drumdoll Ray, you head towards the last known location that you've heard Saris. Essentially finding work and things to do after the Peacekeepers Guild was dismantled. And it's more of like a sort of like a government administrative sort of building kind of thing. You know how those work and look. And as you walk in, the front desk clerk is sort of stamping papers quite rapidly. And you walk in. Yes, we'll be with you in just a mo. Oh my. You're still alive, Prince Rakim. And it's Saris. Let me bring out my boy. There's Saris. For those of you that have not met him before. I'm glad to see you in good health. It's been so long.
I go in for a hug. What's up, man? How you doing?
I've been doing... Well, I was doing better when the Peacekeepers were still around, but honestly, this pays the exact same, and it's not as hard of work as trying to make sure I don't send you all on a suicide mission, so I have peace of mind at night. It's quite, invigorating, actually.
Well, that's good, not having to have to worry about us all the time. And also see, and I kind of like poke him in the stomach a little bit. It's like, you gaining weight, buddy?
Come on now. Enough with the chit-chat. Stop poking me.
Okay.
Perhaps maybe I have been eating a little bit better now that I'm not as stressed out. I guess that is one of the things you forget to do when you're too buried within your work. You know, sometimes it is as if it was a blessing that the Peacekeepers dismantled when they did. Although I do miss you and your group tremendously, I have not seen any of you since the dismantling when you all had come home the first time. Actually, that first time I remember you were not quite all there.
Yeah, that's actually what I've been trying to gain. Well, that's actually why I wanted to talk to you. But you kind of answered one of my questions at least. Seeing if you actually had contact with anybody else, see how they were doing.
I unfortunately have not. I've not seen them. Last I heard, they were going to the Slidoran Empire to make headway on trying to find a place I believe known as the Temple of the Lightbringer. They wanted to see to it that these demons were taken care of. But that was almost a year ago.
Oh, funny that you mentioned that, because that's actually what I'm getting ready to do now.
You're headed to Slidora?
Maybe. More so the Sleepy Peaks, though.
Oh, so you're heading into your rival's territory? You, the King of Cyrodiil, heading into Titanian territory, who you do know what happened, don't you?
I know a little bit.
It's not pretty. It's not good at all, actually. The
On a scale of 1 to 10,
Titanians.
how bad is it?
I would say it's an 11. And the only reason I say that is because of the fact that the Titanians have enslaved your people. They have given the orcs free reign to rule over your people, with some, boundaries, of course. But nonetheless, the orcs are in control, with the Titanians puppeteering the whole thing. If anyone were to attack Cyrodiil, it's not that they would be attacking Titania. They would be attacking your people and the orcs. And that would spark a new controversy, probably a new war between the empires. I don't know what game the Titanians are playing, but it's a very dangerous one. I don't agree with it, and I always knew that they should have been more than... Well, I speak out of place. The point is, it's not good at all.
Yeah.
And the fact that you're about to just go and hand yourself over to the Titanians is even more outrageous.
Who said I was handing myself over? I'm not doing that.
Do you really think that you're going to be able to dock anywhere on that continent without somebody recognizing you as the King of Cyrodiil? Not to mention the fact that you're a Luxodon running around free. Even if you were to put chains on yourself and walk around, I don't know who you're going with, but I doubt they know Titanian customs.
That's another reason why I came to talk to you now that you say it. So what? I mean, I think I got that covered. So I think me going in there is going to be alright. I have I've made arrangements, I guess you could say, to where I would have safe travels there, and plus I'm not staying there. Well, at least not for too long.
Interesting. You're not staying in Zeradel, you're just going and then coming back then? Doing
I
what you
told you.
need to do at the Sleepy Peak, is what you said?
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe perhaps it won't be as bad, but I really don't see how you're going to be able to get through. So I really hope you've put some good thought into it, because if they capture you, I fear for your life, honestly.
Mm. Do you still keep up with like I guess official business in regards to like the demon lords or anything like that, or is that outside of what you do now?
Eh, it's somewhat within the realm while still being outside of the realm, but I have heard that a lot of the empires are able to hold out for now. It's almost looking as if they might be able to overthrow the demons. The downfall, of course, is that currently their forces are evenly matched, but both sides lose more every day. And the thing that's different about the demons' armies is that they replenish themselves over time. It's almost as if every couple weeks they get a quarter of their forces back from the dead, as if they never even died. It's a slaughter out there. And the longer this goes on, the less, or the more likely this material plane is going to be overrun. So you doing what it is you're doing with these pillars of the Lightbringer, I think it's the right step. I don't think anyone else is really thinking about it, and I think it's because it's not common knowledge.
Yeah, that's what some of the people that I talked to said. It all keeps going back to this. That's one of the reasons why I said if you talk to the group to see if they've heard anything on it. And then also, like, do you have a way, like, I guess records on anybody? Like who comes through in and out the city?
That's almost nearly impossible. We don't keep records of who resides within the city as far as travelers go. We do have residential records though. Anyone that owns property, we've got records of that, but you're not required to maintain who all lives within your household. So if you're renting an estate, the name of the rentee would not be on those records or anything like that. Is
Hmm.
there a particular reason you ask? Are you looking for someone?
Yeah, two in particular.
Who? Perhaps I could help.
Well, so this group that I'm with now, um, one of them, I don't know what she is. I'm gonna be honest with you. Um, but her name, she goes by Angie, and the other one's a dog that can talk named Snoopy.
I don't believe I've seen or heard either of those names recently, so unless they're buried deep within our archives. Hold on. Did you say a talking dog?
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you now that I do not have any records of a talking dog owning any residence, so that much I can guarantee. This Angelica, um, do you know if she owns any property?
No, I don't.
I could look for you, but it's quite a large pile of records. I don't believe that I would be able to find anything within a short amount of time, but I could look for you.
No, it's not that big a deal. I guess we'll find out as we go along. I plan on
Very
leaving real
well.
soon.
Leaving
Just
again.
wanted to check in on you. Well, a king's work is never done, and Rakim kind of laughs, but like Sarah can tell that there's like a lot of pain in him saying that.
Well, whatever it is you do, just make sure you come back. And now that I know that you're up and running again, once you come back, I would like to treat you to a nice dinner, please. We could talk about your journey. And you could
Uh,
bring your group along, and we could make a whole little party out of it. Celebrate your return.
hmm. Okay. Oh, also, out of curiosity, you remember the whole ordeal back when we first met, or I guess back when we were first working with the Black Hand? Is that still any of that still going on?
The Black Hand has been, I wouldn't say they're quiet, but they're definitely taking the confusion with the demon lords and especially with Titania, and they're using it to their advantage. I heard reports that they were using their own members dressed up in Titanian armors, attacking different locations to try to spark war.
Oh.
Of course, they were defeated, uh, and they were then unmasked to be Black Hand. So they're definitely up to something, and it's not good.
Hmm. Okay. Good to know. All right.
Yes, I'll
Well,
keep an eye out for any records of this Angie that you speak of, and I'll also start to keep my ear to the ground again on the Black Hand. Perhaps maybe a king is something that we need in order to deal with him.
all right. And then I go in to like shake it. Well, I go in for a handshake, but it turns into a hug. And
Okay.
keep safe,
He
man.
reciprocates. You as well. I look forward to you returning.
Okay, so I leave, and then as I leave, I kind of think to myself, talking to Grogol, um, that Joker character. What do you think?
He seems to stick to the shadows. And in my experience, when folks keep to the shadows, they hide more than they ever reveal. He's definitely up to something, and he's using you to get a lead. It does seem unavoidable given the circumstances of the continent and the kingdoms. But I would definitely watch out with dealing with him after we're done with the Sleepy Peak.
Mm, agreed. And if anything ever pops up, just let me know. That way we can keep on our toes or whatnot.
Yes, I will do that. Your body might as well be as much of my own. I do not control it, but I do live here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's all I wanted to do. I guess
Okay.
I head back to the guild hall now.
Okay, so let's see. All right, so you guys all end up after perusing for probably just like 2 hours or so. You end up making it back to the guild hall. It is roughly 2:24 p.m.
Am I the only one here, or is everybody here?
Everyone should be here.
Mm. I just yell, "Hello? Is everybody here?" Yeah.
I'm like,
We're here.
I'm like in the middle of shadow boxing and just punching the air and whatnot, bobbing and weaving, so I didn't hear.
I guess I go to rally everybody up. Wrong button. Is it this?
Oh, my music's not playing.
Oh, it's not doing it.
I guess I'll pick a different. Let's see if this is a good song. Yeah, that's a good song. Can anyone guess what game this is from?
I can't even hear it.
Oh, you can't?
No, I think that might be me though. Hold on.
Yeah.
I don't hear it either though.
It sounds like something from
Ah,
Pokemon or something.
It's from Goemon's Great Adventure.
oh yeah, man. The instruments sound familiar.
This game's soundtrack was so good. So good. So you all find your way back to the guild hall. Rakeem, you make it here first, and more than likely, I don't know, maybe you make a snack. That's what you usually do, I think. And then the rest of your party members walk in through the front door, and you can hear them as they approach.
Oh well, welcome back, everybody.
Hello.
Yeah. Hi.
Did you get what you needed? Or did you find who you needed?
Yeah, actually, I just
Cool.
went to go catch up with some people.
Nice.
All right. I started stretching. So, what's the plan then, King?
Well, whenever y'all are ready, we can leave.
Did you find the boat that we're supposed to get on while you were out?
Yes.
So it
I
looks like
did.
you'll have to lead the way and show us which one it is.
Yeah, senor.
Okay.
I just hope the money is worth this trip.
And I just start laughing. Let's just make it alive first before worrying about that.
Yeah.
True.
I'm getting myself a drink. 1 second. I'll put you guys.
Does everybody have what they need?
Noble clothes, special costume, potions. I mean, for the most part, I should be okay.
Cool beans.
Yeah, I think I've got what I needed. Some rations, potions of healing, things like that. And then if anybody needs to like store their stuff, like if they have too much stuff, I have a bag of holding. So
Really?
I can hold on to it for you.
What all do we like really even need? Is there like anything specific we need?
Aside from
mean,
potions and their
yeah, outside of
survival,
the
What
Yeah.
potions?
their fire resistance.
Oh, those potions.
Yeah.
We have those?
You said you have them.
Oh yeah, I do.
Do you actually have them? Because we definitely
Yeah.
absolutely
Yeah, I
need
thought you
them
said
to
you had 'em.
survive.
Rakeem, I don't recall you being there.
Ooh. You've been told, sir.
Meta.
Did you not say that when we were all walking together?
You left. And we went to
Oh.
the shops.
Yeah, you went to have a buddy
Oh,
buddy
yeah,
conversation with
That
Mr.
is true.
Jokester.
Oh, well, yeah, well, okay, so y'all have y'all potions, right?
Do we have our potions, Snoopy?
Yes.
Can you verify that with us before we make that final decision?
I mean, do you want to waste them now?
No. Just show them to me.
I pull out a bottle of a potion that's red.
Cool.
I mean,
And
you
then,
can tell the difference. It's a red potion.
and like
Yeah,
I said, worst comes to worst, if anything, I got y'all. And then I
Oh.
just kind of
Well, then
shake a bunch of vials around.
I like
Sweet.
go and step forward, and then I like trip and fall, and the vial breaks on the ground.
No, you don't. Snoopy's
Man.
like the most.
Man, out of character, dogs don't trip that easily.
I was gonna say, I don't think I've ever seen a dog trip.
It's
Also,
also my
dog
mage
trip.
hand.
You're like way too close to the ground for like even.
Also an incorporeal mage hand that does not have anything to do with my body.
Anyways, we'll have to use Rakeem's as a last ditch effort if we need to because his only lasts a minute. So.
Hey, so do you think
So-
we end up potentially running into like anything like undead?
I
There's
don't
the
have
potential.
Are you talking to me? Like, I don't.
I mean, just a general question to the entire party.
I mean,
um,
there's
I
potential.
don't think I've ever dealt with anything
Yeah.
undead.
I feel like I've made a mistake, but I guess we'll see when it happens. I say that because I feel like I should have brought a silver great axe rather than just a great axe. But
You're
I
gonna
will-
be fine.
I mean, I've dealt with a lot of things, but undead is one that I can say I have not dealt with.
You have magic punchy gloves. If the great axe isn't working, use your magic punchy gloves.
Of course, that's always my go-to as I like punch my hand into my palm.
Hold on, let me see something.
Also, I don't have the potions, and I just start running away.
Do y'all want to do that? I look at them too.
I'm gonna hide.
Roll stealth. Yeah.
Can I
they're
do
passive
something?
percent. You run down the hallway and you dart to the left, and from there they can hear some clattering of stuff, but then they go looking for you and they can't see you.
I have one
If
hand,
they go
my
looking
left
for you.
hand. I have my left hand on my hip, and just in silence.
I turn to Maeve. Let me ask you this question. Are you good with... Do you have a lot of knowledge in the
Believe
arcane?
she's BRB.
Or... Oh, she left? Oh, okay. That's right. She did say that. I'm trying to find something here.
My dog just licked
What are you looking
some
for?
sriracha off my plate. I'm not sure if that was the best decision.
There was
Puppy.
something.
I could tell you a little bit of something about the arcane.
Did I
Yo,
keep you?
let me know how Charlie feels later.
Yeah, that's gonna be a nice poop. Luckily, it was like just like a film. You know, it wasn't like a whole glob.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
She should be okay. I'll be right back.
I could tell you a little bit of something about the arcane knowledge that I know. You know, I know magic is good and bad, but magic, yeah, I just draw a blank.
Huh. Are you being serious?
Huh? What do you mean? What are you talking about?
Do you know about Arcane or not?
Who asked about arcane?
Ah,
I don't know what you're talking
interesting.
about. And I started like scratching my head and like shadow boxing in the air.
This ought to be fun. Normal effect. I just realized that I had some abilities that I have not been using. Dude, this is actually pretty sick. But there's something specific that I know I get at this fracking level
This
that I cannot
Bud Light,
find.
this Bud Light commercial
What are
is
you talking about?
horrifying.
I was gonna
What
try to
should you
see if
have?
I could use it on Kevin, but I think you actually have to be dead.
He is.
No, but like I don't know
Does
if
it
it's a
live, damn
techno.
it?
Nah. I'll let you know when I find it. Damn, what was the name of that damn move?
Yeah. You've got
think it
so
was this-
many.
I think it was a specialty.
Snoopy is still missing.
Oh no! I do have it. Okay, no, I do have it, and I can use it. I want to use diagnosis on Angie.
Okay.
I'm still shadow boxing and just minding my own business.
Do I tell you what I
Alright,
want to
so-
know, or what?
Yeah, you learn 2 of the following, so you pick 2 of those.
I want to know the last 2. Now, by doing this, I'm just trying to figure: would I be able to, like, I don't know. You know, I don't know. Nah, I'm gonna use it, and I want to know the last 2.
Okay. So you know that she is not afflicted by any type of disease, poison, or curse. And in that order that you see, let's see, 20, 16, and 16.
Hold on, let me write this down.
Kirsten, I believe.
You said
brought
20,
you-
16, and 16, right?
Correct.
Okay, cool. I got it.
And Kirsten is back, so if you wanted to RP with her, you can.
Miss Maeve,
Yes.
do you know anything about Arcana at all?
Yes.
Are you well versed in it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna hand her the dagger that I have,
Okay.
and ask if she's seen anything. And I let her know, do not touch the bladed end of this.
Okay. Shall I roll for it?
Yeah, go ahead and roll Arcana.
Great.
Oh. You hear a voice in your head. We have not seen one of those in a very, very long time. Yes. That could be of great use, especially against our greatest enemies. A simple pierce of it sucks the soul from the entity if they're not strong enough to withstand its force. Be very careful with that, Maeve, for just a simple prick of the finger could cause you to be sealed within it forever.
So I tell Rakim, this is an interesting knife.
That's it? That's all you know?
I mean, I can tell that there's some magic around it, something having to do with souls, if I'm not mistaken.
And you're
So
not.
you've never seen it before?
I mean, I've never seen this particular knife, but it seems like it's one having to deal with souls of some sort, either possibly taking or something like that. Why? Do you know someone who had their soul taken with this knife?
Me. And I start laughing, and I take the dagger back from her.
Wait, hold on. You had your soul taken by this knife?
Mm-hmm.
As in, you
Keep
still no
close
longer
to
have a
him.
soul?
Hmm?
As in, you no
But-
longer have a soul still?
No, I'm me.
How'd you get your soul back?
I wasn't around for that.
Interesting.
That is right. Yeah, no, that is right. Never mind.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I
No,
hold
I
on the
mean-
knife so I can study it a little bit more?
I mean, I don't mind if you study it, but I definitely want to be there when you do it.
Okay.
So whenever you want to do it, just let me know, and then, because I want to know as much as possible about this.
Have you ever seen another knife like this? Or is this the only one that you've possessed that's like this?
No, I've never seen another one like this.
Interesting. Very
Okay,
fascinating.
and then after I take the knife back, I
I
clap
wanna,
my
like-
hands.
Can I walk
say-
up close to Rakim and I want to like study him a little bit and see like if he has any like scars or something that marks him, saying like not necessarily saying but like showing that he lost his soul and got it back, or I don't know, something along those lines.
Looking at what he is currently portraying, you wouldn't be able to see anything of that stature.
Okay.
As she gets close, I'm like saying to myself, "What is she doing?"
Maybe
Fascinating.
keep
Checking
this
you
one
out.
protected. I believe he has secrets that we would love to know.
Mm-hmm. And I actually made that noise. And I'm just like still staring at Rakim, just like shaking my head, like thinking.
Well, I mean, and I kind of just back up. So, are we
It's
ready?
just fascinating. I don't think I've ever heard of anyone getting their soul back after they've been stabbed by a knife like that.
And then you never came in contact with a demon lord.
Yes, well, demon lords tend to not give souls back either, so
Oh no, he definitely didn't mean to have it back. But that's where, and I start pointing to my head. Start pointing to my head, and also breaking the fourth wall and looking at Brady at the same time, saying, "We outsmarted a demon lord."
fascinating. Do you still serve him, or did you break that charm as well?
Mm-mm. As far as I know, I'm just a champion.
So you still have a connection to him, the demon? that took your soul with the sword?
No, I don't.
You don't. You're still a champion, but you no longer have the connection?
Mm-hmm. As far as I know. Hold on, Brady, that is correct, right?
Uh, that's all I'll say.
Okay. As far as I know, no, I don't.
Fascinating. Yes, I look forward to getting to know you a little bit more, Rakeem, and getting to study that knife a little bit more.
Dang, that's all I'm good for is the knife? And I kind
Oh,
of
no.
start laughing uncomfortably.
Sorry. I tend to get really worked up about, magic and things like that. I find it fascinating, so my apologies.
So you like magic items?
Yeah, magic items and just magic in general. Like I said, I don't think I've ever seen someone who's been able to get their soul back from a knife like that. So it's truly fascinating and interesting. And it would be very interesting to know how you got your soul back. So I'd love to help.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Check this out too, and I'd show her. I reach out my staff to her and let her hold it.
Unlike the dagger, when you grab the staff, you feel a twinge of magical energy surge through your fingers.
Okay. Do I need to roll Arcana for it too, or do I just understand that it's very magical?
You understand it's magical, and I mean, the thing about the dagger is it didn't feel magical, but from what your voice in your head said, it has some type of properties.
Gotcha. Interesting. I can definitely tell this is magical. What does it do?
I take it back from her, and I start swinging it around just like a regular quarterstaff, and then you see it. After I get done doing that, I kind of make the motion of a bow, and then you see it draw like a actual bow, a long bow.
Ooh, fascinating.
The metallic shaft bends, and I mean, when you were feeling it, it feels as if it's made out of like solid steel or something. It's pretty heavy for a quarterstaff, and it's got two identical rings that kind of like flop around on each side or either end. And with Rakeem's stance, he draws it back as if he, had strung it for a bow, and it bends the staff just like it would a longbow, and you can see this like bluish energy form a string from ring to ring, and then form a sort of lighter blue energy arrow. And when he unleashes it, it flies just as straight as an arrow would, and the moment that it makes contact with the wall, it dissipates. And you can see the sort of hole in the panel that it left behind, but it does not leave a trace of its existence beyond that.
Wow, fascinating. That is a very interesting weapon.
Yeah, I'm pretty proud of it.
Where'd you get that?
Out of character, I don't remember. I think it was that tomb that we went in, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, okay. All right. A tomb. I found it in a tomb.
Fascinating. Huh. Well, I'd love to hear that story sometime.
Yeah, sounds kind of vague. A tomb? Still shadowboxing though, by the way.
Tombs usually have the best magical items and weapons.
Yeah.
The ancients truly knew how to make them.
Perhaps maybe you want to go on a little visit for me.
That was not. Okay, I was about to say.
You know I like fucking with you.
Okay. So I'm looking around as we're talking. Where's the dog?
No, he'll come out eventually.
Oh well. Whenever you guys are ready, I'm ready to.
Well,
And then I
did he
start pointing towards
actually
the door.
have the potions or not?
Oh, I'm more than sure he did. I'm more than sure he didn't even know what we were talking about.
So
Okay,
do y'all need to
Here
go
in
back and
the
buy a potion?
background, you hear, "That is true."
Yeah, that's the sort of thing. I mean, yeah, we might have to rely on.
Okay. Is the shop
You-
on the way to the docks?
It
Yep.
doesn't matter. We have to go back to the shop because we need those potions.
All right. Well, let's go back to the shop.
All right.
And we'll have to pool our resources because those potions were not cheap.
Don't I
No,
have
man.
whatchamacallit? I could have swore I did. Hold on, how does this work? And we'll see how it works when we get to there. All right, so
As
let's
you guys
see.
are leaving the guild hall, when does Snoopy join them?
Does anybody say anything? Like, are they just leaving?
Snoopy, we're going back to the shop.
When you say that, I literally poof into existence by your side.
I'm gonna pat him
Outside?
on the head. Outside.
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 I'm glad I have my headphones on because Splinter would have freaked out and been like, "Oh my god!"
Outside!
In the car. Right in the car.
Did it take out my thing?
Potion of giant size. I think that's what we need instead.
Does he have a potion of fire resistance? I wasn't even paying attention. Oh yeah, he
Wait.
does.
That was 500 gold pieces?
It's almost 600.
God.
Jesus Christ.
So y'all see where I can't like make a big deal about the prices. It was like it's the shopkeeper is there, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Barnsley.
Didn't you we don't get a guild discount or anything? Whatever, what happened to that?
First of all, the Peacekeepers Guild has been disintegrated. Second of all, the last patron that just bought one of these 10 minutes ago didn't have an issue with it. So, you, by all accounts, shouldn't have an issue with it either.
Wait, hold up. Someone bought the other potion?
Correct, I have 2 left in stock. They seem to be a hot commodity.
I'm just confused because it said 570 under silver, but like I don't know. I guess I read that wrong. I read that super duper wrong.
No. That currency at the top is how much that person has. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It's a like glitch from.
Yeah,
Not a
yeah.
shady glitch.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I read that wrong. I still bitch about the prices though.
Man, I'm not gonna lie, I do not have enough for this. Hey, I think we might have to like use whatever you can make, Rakeem, and we're just gonna have to book it.
I actually had an idea for this, but I don't know if this will really work. But I mean, we won't really know until we get there.
How about this, guys? We buy. It looks like Rakeem bought one, right?
Yeah,
Wait.
I just bought one.
Okay, yeah. So we have this one. If worst comes to worst, we send someone in the volcano with that potion, and if someone needs to help, we can use Rakeem's potion. And everybody else stay out of the volcano.
Waits outside.
Yeah. And if we want to pool our money together to buy the second one, I can just steal it. I mean, we can do that.
Excuse me.
No, we're not stealing anything from this kind gentleman.
That is correct. You all may leave.
Son of
Hold
a...
on, whoa. Hold on, what? Where'd he go?
Oh, I took him away so you can't buy anything else from him because you are forced out of his shop. As
Well,
he
look,
shoos you away.
Who said we were
Snoopy.
gonna do that? And I look at Maeve
Snoopy
and
did.
Angie.
I look at Snoopy again in silence.
Well, now I can really go steal it.
I'm going to the boat.
I'm gonna follow Rakim.
Alright, we'll meet you there. I'm gonna make sure to
Don't worry, none of us are ever gonna make it back here again. And then I head towards the boat as well.
And as you keep walking,
Okay. So, let's see. I'm pretty sure I've got different music for this, but we'll just, Oh wait, where's the... what you eating there? What are you eating, Gerald? Share.
A peppermint.
It sounded like candy, yeah.
man, every session he over here smacking.
Bro,
I
I'm not
say
even
this,
smacking.
this, and this.
All you heard was just a wrapper opening. That's all you really heard.
Rakeem pulls out the.
Rakim has a sweet
Rakim
tooth.
pulls out a peppermint and eats it.
So break. What exactly?
Bro, this VR discrimination is at an all-time high.
Fucking scumbag.
Yeah, yeet.
So as you guys head towards the docks, you get your notable carriage, and you head down towards the docks fairly easily.
Can I not? Okay, there we go.
As you get
That's
there, you start
commercial.
looking around. You get like on the docks themselves, and there's a bunch of different ships and things like that. And eventually, a or a water genasi approaches you. You must be Prince, or I apologize, King Rakim. Am I correct?
You can just call me Rakim.
Rakim. And he puts one hand behind his back and the other in front of him, as he like sort of like twirls his hand and bows in front of you. I am Captain Verrill. Or wait, is this Captain Verrill? Oh, I didn't change his name. No, I lied. I am Captain Varnus. And I was told, and he looks side to side, that you need my assistance in getting you home. A good friend told me to take you, no questions asked, back to your home, except for you need a secluded port. Is that correct?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Perfect. Well, we have plenty of daylight ahead of us. We could set sail as quickly as an hour from now, or if you would prefer, getting one final night's rest within town. I don't know if you've been on the seas lately, but they're a little rough. Little rough indeed.
Yeah, it's up to you guys. I can go right now.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
I believe we're
Yeah.
ready to go.
This is truly
Very
your
well
mission.
then. Right this way. And he holds out his arms in a wide gesture and kind of bows before all of you and turns to walk towards the very end of the pier, in which you see a nice little, I think it's a schooner. No. Actually, yeah, I think it is a schooner. Schooner's not super small, is it?
Are you talking about a sloop?
Maybe a sloop.
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't it sloop like the two-man boats or whatever? Like in
Oh yeah,
Sea of Thieves?
yeah. I searched up sloop and the Sea of Thieves little dinghy right is right there. The-
So you're
Um,
taking us across the ocean
do
in the
I
dinghy.
recognize any like symbols or anything on him for like which crew he works for or anything?
Go ahead and roll a history check. Yeah, it is a schooner. Schooner is a three-mast ship, um, and that's what he's got. So as you look him up and down, he dresses exactly, or he dresses in a very similar fashion to what your captain of the Scabberwags used to dress as. And as you're looking around, like the crew don't look anything like your Scabberwags crew. So for a moment, you're like, "Oh wow, is this my old crew?" And then you realize that it's not, and you don't see any particular symbol on his sails or anything. Currently, they're rolled up, and on the side, you do notice that on the side of the ship, you can see where the name is has freshly been painted.
Can I read it?
Currently it says sea nymph. Well, right this way, right this way. We've got many miles ahead of us, and if fortune favors us, we should run into no storms on this trek. But I don't believe that luck has anything to do with it. I think it's all skill and navigation.
Hmm. Hey, Rakim, or Zuka, or whatever you want to be called. I have something I want to teach you on our way there that I think might help hide you.
Huh? I'll look at him.
So, see how I move around and like I walk left and right, like go forward. Maybe you can convince them that you're an elephant instead of an elephant person if you walk around on all fours.
Oh shit.
The funny thing is that Rakim, as you can see, has actual hands.
Yeah, I'm just like, I was
But
trying to
Snoopy
think of a
probably
way to
doesn't like pay
respond.
attention to that.
Yeah. I was trying
Oh,
to
that
think of a
that
way to
could be a
respond.
that could be
Um,
a good idea. Just walk on your knuckles.
Angie could make you some gloves or something that look like elephant feet.
I'm
I told you.
Brady. I'm pretty known, right?
uh, yeah, especially
Okay.
to like you've had uh appearances with the Titanian Empire before, especially when you were a
Well,
kid.
if they're looking for a Luxodon, but if you're an elephant on all fours,
I mean, I could totally make you some very elephant-like attire.
we could pull your tusks out and you wouldn't look like Rakim anymore.
I ignore him and just walk off.
As you see,
Can't
my
help it.
eyes are like looking at your tusk and my mouth is like watering.
Dude, stop doing that. Anyways, I mean, it wouldn't be a bad idea, and I mean, it's a decent disguise. I mean, take your armor off and put this whatever I make on. It could be a nice little disguise. Put a saddle on your back, dude. It could work.
I don't think he's listening.
Yeah, whatever. Nice. I swat away. Whatever. And I just go back to shadow boxing.
Maybe you should try shadow axing because you're not going to use your fist anymore.
Oh, I'm totally using my fists.
Oh,
We'll see.
Right. Well,
port to starboard, lads.
As Captain Varnus gets you guys onto the ship, you see him shout some commands and things like that, and the crew jumps into action immediately and starts weighing the anchor and things like that, bringing up the plank and stuff. All right, before we start headed on our journey, a few rules that I require you to follow. Otherwise, this is going to be a very, very piss poor trip. There are a couple areas of the ship that you are not permitted to enter, regardless of the situation, unless, of course, we're under attack. That is my own private quarters, unless I invite you, of course. And he looks over towards Maeve, and then he looks over towards Angelica, and he winks at both of you.
I look up at the
Ah.
sky. Or like I look behind me.
And the crew's quarters is the deck underneath the common area where you will take your meals and find your own chambers. You are not permitted there, nor the cargo hold beneath them. Is that understood?
Hold on, so we can't go to the crew chambers?
No, there's no reason for you to mingle with my crew.
Oh,
No.
so our
Fine,
rooms
we
are
don't
where?
mingle anyway.
Your rooms are on the deck below this one. There are 3 decks.
Ah. Okay.
All right. Anything else we should know?
Secondly, the crew has absolute authority if my presence is not, or if I'm not present. What they say goes. They are highly trained, highly skilled on the seas, and more than likely, if they're telling you to move or do something, it's probably for your very own good.
Ooh, saucy.
Noted.
And
Hmm.
thirdly, have a wonderful time aboard. We're all here for our love of sailing, and it makes it even better when we get to share this experience with new fellows and fellowettes. And he looks at
Hmm.
Angelica and Maeve again and winks.
Thank you, Captain.
So,
Yep.
so, z- so, so, so Rakeem is gonna look around and see if he sees any instruments laying around. It's like, so we can have fun, right?
Correct. And you don't see anything just apparent. Obviously, they keep the top deck pretty pristine, especially when they're about to launch.
I asked the captain, does he have any instruments, specifically a accordion or accordion?
I start
We do.
rummaging for my harmonica.
Where can I find it?
The crew will have to bring it out after we've made our way out to sea. Once
Oh,
everything has calmed down a little bit, as launching and coming into port are usually the most nerve-wracking. After that's all said and done, and we've got our course all charted and on our way, we'll bring out the instruments and start having our fun then. But for now, just stay out of our way as we get things rolling. Sound good?
I just salute to him.
Am I allowed
Ex-
on the poop deck?
He looks at
You're
you
allowed
and
on the
says,
poop deck. You're not allowed to poop on the deck.
exactly what she said.
My last crew wouldn't let me go on the poop deck.
And why is that? As he casts you a
Well,
glance.
well, I think I didn't understand what the poop deck was for.
Let me make it very clear that if you poop on the poop deck, my men will not be cleaning it up, but yours will.
And I will not
All
be
right.
cleaning it up.
Noted.
And I'm not.
And the
touching it.
longer that it stays there, the more the more of a cleaning fee I'll have to charge, I think.
I look at Angie.
Look at me.
Snoopy says, "Noted."
There. Listen, and I crouch down to, I squat down to Snoopy. Listen, if you fuck this up for us, you,
I'm sorry, Kevin. Go ahead.
if you fuck this up for us, you are gonna hear a lot from me.
I was like, I'm looking up at him with like my tongue sticking out.
Keep your bowels in check during this ship sail we are doing, please.
How long is this supposed to take us?
It all depends on if the winds agree with my sails or not, but I'm expected no more than 4 days.
Okay, yeah, I'm just a little dog. I'll hold my poo for 4 days.
No, just go in the bathroom.
How about I hold you over the edge and you just let loose?
At the back of the
Call it a poop deck.
boat.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that you poop on the deck.
Hey, Joe, you know it'd be really funny? The moment that Snoopy takes a dump, this is what happens with your party being the other guys.
Not again. Snoopy's
Wait,
history
there's
sets in.
Snoopy.
Like my bro. All right, you learn your lesson.
I showed that to Dave the other day and he didn't get it. I was telling him all about it and he was like, okay.
Okay.
Yep, exactly, yep. You know how your father do.
Dad was not super impressed with it, but Brady and I were like laughing our asses off.
About which part? The beating up on
PTSD,
Snoopy?
Snoopy.
Oh, PTSD.
This time I'll make sure I grind my feet into the kick too.
I think it was more along the
Oh,
lines
is
of
there a
like
song
that.
playing?
Had to do their thing.
There is.
Hell yeah.
Do you have the sea shanty Spotify list playing?
I've got the Black Flag list playing.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, Creed?
Yep.
Yeah, those are good. I was
All
gonna
right,
play
well,
the little default song from Sea of Thieves.
Oh.
well, Snoopy, if you have to use the bathroom, let me know and we will handle it. Okay?
I kinda has to go potty right now.
All right. I grab him by his scruff and
Take
like hold
care
him
of that.
over hold him over the edge of the ship. All right, just let it out.
That was a normal size poop.
Yeah,
A normal
it's not
size
that
poop.
bad.
You rolled.
Oh yeah, he did.
And I turn him around so that like his back is facing me. Like, all right, if you have to pee too, let that out too.
You turn me around to face you?
No, I turned your back towards me,
Oh. Okay.
so that
I'm
way your
done.
front is facing the other way. All right,
Damn it.
all
Raheem's
right.
gonna go to his room.
Okay. And it's, there's a stairwell that leads to the deck underneath this one, and you see that it leads into a very open sort of like mess hall area with a bunch of different tables lined up together, benches lined up together, a lot of different, salt, pepper shakers, red pepper flakes, crap like that. Maybe Tabasco. We'll put Tabasco on there too. Fuck it. There's also there's a bowl in the center of every table filled with oranges.
Mm.
Ah, that's for the scurvy. As one of the members of the crew walks past you.
Uh, don't think any of us will be getting that.
You better hope not.
Fortunately, I don't have to eat.
Well, if anything happens, you got a doctor on board, kinda.
Well, fortunately, I actually have some talent to myself of healing myself.
Are y'all with me?
No,
Oh, okay.
I'm
Believe
secretly falling behind.
I'm still on deck.
Oh, are you? I mean, I don't.
Yeah, I
Could
turned
tell.
my own head off and like, no, I'm not. Ignore that I'm here. That I'm saying anything.
Okay, because I was gonna say I know what makes you tick.
Man, if you don't shut the hell up.
No, I literally know what makes you tick. Like I'm not even joking. I'm saying that in character.
Oh,
Oh, but you're not there, so you don't know. I didn't say that. Never mind.
retcon. I hear typing.
Oh, that's me.
Fast and Furious.
I'm looking up like,
Yeah.
the hell is
So
that
as
noise?
yeah, so as you guys are starting to set sail, the crew comes alive as they're working, singing their songs and stuff, and you can see that every chorus, every syllable ends up having some sort of movement with it based on what they're doing currently with getting the sails ready to go and getting the ship on course where they need to go. And it's it's almost like a musical in a way, except for it's free. It doesn't cost you, $100 to go and have a seat to listen to some woman go. Oh! I'm just joking. I'm just salty from field trips back in the day. Anyway,
Urgh.
as you guys are out to sea, a couple hours pass as it starts to become nighttime. And as it does, the captain ends up calling a cease to the music, and the crew stops singing their songs. And you guys can see the
Oh,
moon
so
as it
sick.
starts to come out. And the captain ends up approaching you all with with two bottles in his hands. One of them looks to be opened already, and the other one is sealed. Well, we have a tradition of sorts, I guess you could say, for those that come on our ship to play. So here's a drink for you and me as we embark across the sea. And he holds out both bottles. Which will you drink from? Which will you choose? It doesn't really matter, it holds the booze! And he waits for you guys to pick a bottle.
Uh,
Uh,
I guess I'll come back upstairs and be like, "What the hell is going on?"
Ah, yes, King Rakim. Choose a bottle, please, for your group to enjoy and indulge.
Oh. Uh, I choose the unopened one.
Ah, wise choice. That one has its flavors nice and sealed, but this one, and he uncorks it, and he takes a long swig. This one is my personal favorite. He takes another long swig, and then he passes it to his crewmates, and his crewmates take a long swig. Pass it on, long swig, pass it on, pass it on. And by this point, you guys are looking at it like, how the hell are they all drinking from the same bottle? And when it comes back to the captain, he takes another long swig. He goes over to the edge of the boat and he tips it over, and it pours, and it pours, and it pours, and it pours. I guess me and my mates will be sharing this bottle, and you and your mates will share that one. Although you're not gonna have as much fun as we. Hey! And all the crew starts to cheer, and they all grab their glasses and they start pouring their drinks, and they begin singing their songs again. And you guys are left with a mundane bottle of wine.
Getting kind of caught up in the hype, of how much fun everybody's having. I open the bottle and take a swig.
It's
I'll take the next
delicious.
swig.
And
I hand it to whoever wants it.
Are there cannons on the deck?
Can I grab the accordion now?
yeah, they bring out instruments, and everybody starts, like the crew, they're playing some, and when you come up to an instrument you like, they hand it over to you, no issues at all, and you guys start to, play your song. And Rakim, you guys notice, actually has a pretty good ear for music as he is keeping up with the beat. Obviously, you can tell that he obviously does not know the song at all, but he's able to keep up with the rhythm and essentially like the chorus and stuff like that, and play when is appropriate, and it doesn't sound too awful. Snoopy, on the other hand, has heard these songs before, and as he's playing his song, or as he's blowing on his harmonica to match the tune, like the crew starts to get around him, and they end up tossing him a couple of their gold coins and things like that. Go ahead and add 6 gold to your character sheet. It's a mixture of a couple of gold pieces and mostly silver, but it equates to 6 gold in the end of it. And Captain Varnus is like, I can't believe that on this voyage I got to see a dog play my favorite tune on a harmonica. Joker was right about you all. Full of surprises. Can't wait to learn more. Here,
I actually wrote
here.
this song.
Hey, where you want to have some fun? Who's your strongest guy here? Let's have a good old-fashioned arm wrestling match.
Oh? And everybody, oh, did it not stop? There it goes. Everyone stops singing and they look at you. Oh, really? Arm wrestling against our strongest, you say?
Si, senor.
And might I ask, what do you wager?
Your left hand. Your left hand.
Shut up. All right. How about 50 gold pieces?
50 gold pieces. I'll take that bet.
All right. So, who
And
will I be
Captain
challenging?
Varnus snaps his fingers, and the crew duck under to the next deck below, and they come back up with a small table and 2 stools, and they throw them in the middle of the ship. Obviously, not where the sort of like portcullis is, but a solid plank area. And Captain Varnus rolls up his sleeves. I'll do it for 50 gold. And he puts his elbow, and you notice he's definitely not as strong as he is, like he's a slender man, not Slenderman, but he's
Yeah,
he's
he's
got a
lean.
sort of agile figure to him.
Like as he like preps like and I just start doing the Bruce Lee like bone pops and like stretching. All right.
All right, so no cheating.
Ooh, I
50
never
gold,
cheat.
and he grabs a coin purse and throws it into the middle of the table, and then he holds out his hand, ready to receive yours.
I pull out my gold pieces and place it in front of him.
All right. Who wants to count down? And one
I
of the
will.
crew comes over, and then
Oh, okay.
Maeve interjects, and the crew goes, "Oh, ma'am, please."
Oh, okay. We'll start at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
That's why I guess I'm rolling.
Yeah, roll athletics. So you, the moment that she says go, you put him to about halfway, and he's able to catch you, but barely. And you can see that he's looking, like he looks you in the face. He's like, "Good God, you are burly." Go ahead and roll a second one. And as he brings it back up to about midway, he starts to overtake you just a little bit. And he's like, "I don't think I've ever been with a woman as strong as you." And he winks at you.
Ugh.
Bro, you're charmed, so you gotta roll
You
a
gotta get
disadvantage.
angry, Angie. Get angry.
Nah, he just charmed you. You gotta roll a disadvantage.
Man, no.
That wink that wink got you feeling some type of way.
That wing got you feeling VR. He rolled the third
I understand that now.
one. 20, and then you bring it right back, and he's like, "Ooh." Let's see, what is that?
Is it me, or are you slightly getting off on this?
Oh, I'm not slightly getting off.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I
Can't
don't think
possibly
you can
get worse
lose.
than that.
So as you say that, he kind of looks at you, and that's when you take him down and smash his hand. And yeah, you definitely smash his hand into the table, and it actually splinters some of the planks. And he's like, "Oh," and he like shakes his hand off, and he's got a couple of splinters that he starts to pluck out. And he's like, "I'll be honest, never thought I'd like pain like that, but." You know your way around the table, don't you? Wonder what else you know.
Yeah. Good game, and I'll just flex.
Yes, and he tosses you his sack of 50 coins, so you can go ahead and add 50 gold pieces. How about double or nothing?
No. Someone's getting frothy. Sure. I'm
He
game.
might have been deceiving you.
Oh. We'll see soon enough.
Okay.
Yes.
So Maeve ends up, you guys get in position, lock hands, and Maeve counts down from 5 again, and then
Did you actually want me to, or? Okay.
no, you don't have to. And then he's able to withstand more than he did last time. He's on guard, but you're still able to overpower him. And then you get him to where he's barely holding on. He's like, "Oh, right at the edge, huh, love? But I always come back for seconds." Ugh. And then as he starts to like put you back, you end up letting go, and he ends up like sort of shifting in his seat, and you take that momentum and you put it right back on him, and you smack through the table, and you actually shatter it in two, and he ends up toppling to the floor, almost as if you just threw him to the ground, and you stand up, and like your muscles are tense. You've got, your veins are popping out, and you're breathing heavy, almost to the point to where you have gone into a rage of sorts. And it not really, but like that's how you feel.
You
Like
can
this
see
is
my eyes glowing.
yeah. And then he looks up and he's like, "Oh wow. I don't think I've ever been so turned on in my entire life."
Yeah, noted.
And he
Good game.
grabs a bag and tosses it your way, and it has 10 platinum pieces in it. "Well, if you ever want to tussle again, my door's right over there." And he points
No.
to the captain's quarters.
I look over there and like, I remember that, and give him a wink back.
All the crew's
Yeah,
all the
Rakeem
crew
just said
is
that's nasty.
that nasty.
That's nasty.
all the crew are kind of dumbfounded at the fact that their captain just got like obliterated twice in a row. Um, but he seems to be rather pleased with what has just transpired. And that is where we will end tonight's session.
Oh, hold on, hold on.
Oh, what
Did
does
you
Snoopy
see
want to
me
do?
walk over to the cannon?
Uh-oh.
No. I saw
Oh,
you
I said
say, oh,
I
there
want
it
to walk,
is.
and I don't want to sneak. I just want to walk over to a cannon.
Okay. So you guys, and this is happening during the arm wrestling match. We'll say that Maeve and Rakim, you guys notice. Angelica, you don't.
Okay.
Do I
So
make it to
Snoopy,
a cannon and no one says anything?
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not
I
saying
reach
anything.
for the cord, or is it a pull or a light one?
It's a light.
Um, I think I have an explorer's pack. I would assume I have like a match or flint and steel in there.
Correct.
I would like to try and start lighting the cannon.
Okay. So you hop up on top of it. You get your mage hand out and you hold the flint, and the mage hand starts going with the steel, or vice versa, probably, and starts sparking it. And some of the crew members look over and like, huh, look at that. He's a natural. There you go, puppy. Keep at it. Keep at it. And some of the crew break away and they start cheering you on. And they're like, light it. Light it. Go ahead and roll a sleight of hand.
Damn, that's
You
not
end up
very good.
spark, 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 and you hear what sounds like it catching, but then the wind blows and unlights the cannon. And they're like, oh, you poor little thing. You just want to hear it go boom.
No, I got this. Try.
All right, go ahead, give it another shot. Shot, shot.
Oh my god. Okay,
And
Raheem,
let's
just
just. I want
let's out a
everybody to
loud
know that
ah.
I've rolled a 2, a 3, and a 3 today. Those are the only rolls I've had. It's not very
oh,
good.
you poor pup. Well, luckily for you, I guess it wouldn't matter either way. There's no gunpowder in it. It's not loaded.
Oh, my crew always kept them loaded.
Yes, we usually do as well, but not at ports. You see, we've gotten fined before.
Oh, yeah, I guess. Well, see, we never really worried about. Never mind. Okay. Well, we're
And
not at port anymore. We should probably load those things.
roll perception for me, Snoopy.
Oh
Okay, yeah,
my god.
you don't notice it. But yeah, you're like, oh, well, my crew used to keep them loaded all the time. We should probably load them. And they all look at each other and kind of smile and grin. And they're like, sure, yeah, let's have a light, shall we? And they go load one of the cannons up for you. And they let you attempt one more time.
If it's another 12, that was gonna
Fail,
be
fail it.
amazing.
Okay.
Oh,
And finally, the ignition takes. And it's at this moment that Captain Varnus is as he's pushing Angelica back to center on their second arm wrestling match. Right when the cannon explodes is when Angelica uses the momentum to bash him through the table and throw him over. So a big, and then the cannonball just flies out, and you watch as it just makes a big old splash in the waves, and the crowd just starts cheering and things like that, and it's very cinematic. The sparks on Captain Varnus pretty much like give the silhouette behind Angelica, and Angelica, you almost see hearts in his eyes, and that's where we'll end
All
tonight's session.
right, Angelica has a
I
light.
knew I knew you would do something like that.
hard eyes.
Oh
My
man,
God.
Angelica has a love interest now. This is hilarious.
Okay. So let me
You
end my
didn't.
stream
There
and I'll
was
be
no
right back.
rule. He didn't say no cannons.
That is true. All right, so hopefully everyone had a good old time. That was a fun little session. I liked it. They are on their way to the Sleepy Peak. So they're going from this location right here. Oop, let me move this. There we go. They're going from City of Guilds, and I believe, yeah, since they're on Varnus's ship, they're actually going to be going right underneath the Titanian port right here to a location called Skullport. If you've ever played the module Dungeon of the Mad Mage, Skullport is one of the levels, I believe, and it's essentially just a location of like the biggest scumbags known to Earth. So if you know people that lie, cheat, and steal, they live here. They work out of here. There's actually going to be this is going to be like a big turning point for the party, I think, morally speaking, because this is where um, this is where some shit's going to go down. I don't want to say because that'll give rid of the surprise. So that should happen. It probably won't. If it does happen next session, it'll be like at the end of it, because next session there's obviously they're at sea and there's Demon Lord in the sea, and I gotta do something. So anyway, until next time, peace.